And like, it's like door knocking. When you go door knocking for a political campaign, most people just slam the door in your face, right? So it's like, okay, well, next one. But you'll get someone who like loves it.
Next, we'll look at our supporters, allies, and opponents. It's the people that are going to help out, the organizations that are interested, and people that might kick up a fuss if we actually make this change.
Look at the issue and think about all the people around the issue, right? And then put them in buckets. Could they be supporters? Could they be allies? And could they be opponents? And this will help you understand who is around your issue and what stake and role they can play in supporting your issue or blocking your issue from happening.
So grab a whiteboard or pen and paper and start by drawing your target right in the middle. Then sketch out all of the actors that you can think of that influence that target. If our target is an elected official, we might have their constituents, the media, fellow legislators, or even the local church. All actors that influence that target. You'll probably end up with a whole bunch of actors that influence that target. Go through and label them as supporters, allies, or opponents. Supporters are like a demographic of people that want to see the change you do.
A member of the public who can participate in your campaign, right? And what group are they from? Mothers, 24 to 30 in your local council.
Allies are specific people or organizations that also want to see the change.
So allies will have their own audiences, right? Well, hopefully, and that they can bring to support your cause. And also their own networks to bring to your cause. And so, for example, the local parents association will already be connected with the local MP. So if you can get them on board to endorse your campaign, they have that credibility already with the MP established. So you can work with them to set up a meeting straight away. Like, there's always going to be someone passionate about your issue, right? Like, somewhere in the world. So figure out how you can connect with them and talk to them about what their experiences are. Look at examples of successful movements or campaigns that have been run and try to find that person, because campaigners are always willing to talk to other people, right? And can you partner and work with them on that issue to help elevate your campaign? These people will build credibility to your campaign, and that's why they're important to map out.
You may find that some of these actors are opponents. So the fellow legislators might not want to see the change that you want to see because of political reasons.
Who might come out and publicly start saying, well, we don't think this is a good idea. It's important to document your opponent so you understand where the potential vulnerabilities are in your campaign. And also it might give you the opportunity to also engage them before you launch the campaign to see if you can convince them to back your campaign. If you don't think that's going to be likely, then it's also good for you to think about, when you're developing your messages, what are some of the messages that your opponents are going to be coming out with, and how do you get on the front foot? Yes, we know that they're going to say this, but this is what our counter response to that is. And like, you're not going to know all the answers straight away. You're going to have to like have conversations, go out for coffees, like figure out where people are at on the issue. Try to get 5 of each. 5 allies, 5 opponents, and 5 supporters that you want. Whack them all down in there and just keep adding to them as you go through.
If you've done this mapping exercise right, you should just end up with 3 simple buckets in the templates: supporters, allies, and opponents.
As you identify allies, that becomes a list of people that you should approach in the coming weeks to then engage with. So when you go into those meetings, be like, this is our camp. If you trust them, of course, only, like, this is like our strategy, and they can help input into it. So the more people, like other groups and organizations that you have behind your campaign, the better it's going to be for you. In like countries where like governments are more aggressive, having more partners involved is really important because it gives you cover. And there's always going to be opponents. So always people who don't want stuff to happen. You want to take those people on, right? And you want to create change. So bring it, basically.